Bungie's Marathon has a release date again. The extraction shooter is now releasing on March 5th, and pre-orders are looking shockingly strong for how initially underwhelming the game seemed. Welcome to Inside Games Daily, the only gaming news show brave enough to say that Bungie is saved.
That's right. First they're dead, then they're saved, then they're dead again. The good news is we get to ride the news wave up and down and back up again. As far as Marathon's concerned, I guess sometimes you just got to outlast those stink clouds and wait for the wind to blow them away.
Lawrence, you're riding the wave right now in a tropical area. I know, look at you, there's like an ocean behind you. It's beautiful.
That's right. I'm in Hawaii. I'm enjoying my vacation, but as usual with Inside Games, vacations are no match when it comes to yapping about games, so that's what we're gonna do.
That's right. An announcement trailer revealed the second release date for Bungie's PvPvE extraction shooter Marathon early this week, in addition to a few minutes of new gameplay.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the intro, Marathon is now coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC on March 5th.
The occasion also opened pre-orders for the game, which are proving surprisingly popular, given how folks declared it dead on arrival when it was announced last year.
Yeah, Windows Central reported that Marathon was the second best-selling paid game on Steam midday on Tuesday, although for us at the time of recording, it slipped a little bit down those ranks, falling behind Fallout 76, Quarantine Zone: The Last Check, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is on sale.
That's right. Marathon's actually at number 10 now on the Steam top sell, which is pretty great for a game that comes out in a month and a half. That's pretty great.
Yeah, what hasn't changed is the best-selling game on there, which is even outranking the free-to-play games. That is Arc Raiders. That's the 2025 breakout hit from Embark Studios, which also happens to be an extraction shooter and accordingly is considered Marathon's chief competition.
That's correct. 4 free-to-play games rank above that: Counter-Strike 2, Warframe, Marvel Rivals, and Magic the Gathering Arena. The free-to-plays kind of don't count, in my opinion. That's just about the revenue they bring in via Steam. They have way more players usually, but the pay-to-plays, that's where the actual, I feel like you can see the top sellers sort of shine.
Yeah, different kinds of games, different monetization strategies. Although I don't know, when it comes to games as service, they like to have a little bit of everything on the buffet.
That's true. Marathon's also the second most pre-ordered game on PlayStation, behind Resident Evil 9.
Yeah, technically it's the second and third most pre-ordered game if you count the standard and deluxe edition separately. Weirdly, the deluxe edition is higher on the ranks than the standard edition, so I guess PlayStation players love to spend money.
Yeah, I mean, Marathon has a deluxe edition because, of course, it does. Bungie's got to make their money. We'll break down all versions of Marathon right after a message from today's sponsor, Hoba.
Yeah, if you want to play Marathon with future tech befitting the game, you'll want to know about this.
Between work from home and long gaming sessions, I do a whole lot of sitting. And all that sitting has taught me that proper ergonomics are vital for the quality of your work and gaming time. That's why the Hoba X7 feels like sitting on the future. This chair has loads of exciting features, including being the first AI chair in the world, which it uses to power its smart auto-adjust lumbar support. The lumbar support cushion will automatically position its height, depth, and tilt to you as you move and readjust in the chair, matching the unique curve of your back and whatever way you happen to be sitting. It really does feel like a cyber chair morphing in place around you. It's awesome. You can set the lumbar support manually, of course, and oh yeah, look at that. This chair has a little remote. Hey, I told you this chair has a lot going on. You use this little remote to control the chair's many other features, like its cloud ventilation cushion. Yes, this thing has fans in it. Finally, it can get really hot where I work. This place is not air conditioned, so I'm just kind of reliant on airflow. And if you're a hot gamer, you'll want to know about this. 2 fans in this chair combined with 4D elastic tech mesh for a really frosty sit that is going to save me in the summer. I've been waiting for something like this. But it is the winter now, so I'm looking forward to using the X7's wellness therapy system that includes a heater and an 8D biometric hand massage. Yes, you can get a heated lower back massage while gaming, making your relaxation even more relaxing. There's a couple of really cool ideas here too. The massager has a 45-minute sedentary timer to remind you to move around a bit, and the massager even retracts when it's not in use to prevent discomfort, so you don't feel those little nodules poking into you. It's got cooling fans, a heater, a massager, and you can do all of those things, all at the same time if you want, while reclined up to 140 degrees. The previously mentioned automatic lumbar adjustment, the 4D dual axis neck pillow, and upward tiltable armrests mean that even while reclined, you can position your arms to comfortably hold a controller or reach a mouse and keyboard, while getting a heated massage, while fans are circulating air under your lap, all with gadgets that you turned on using a little handheld remote that just retracts right into the bottom of the chair. This is sheer opulence. And one more thing, it's got a USB-C charging port, so you can charge your controller if you need to. It really does do it all. Whether you've experienced aches in longer gaming sessions, you want to add a little spa time into your gaming time, or you felt those summertime balmy gamer buns, the Hoba X7 is the ultimate upgrade for your gaming setup and the ultimate investment into your comfort and health. So please support our channel and check out the X7 by scanning the QR code on the screen or clicking the link in the description. Thank you very much, Hoba.
Thank you very much for wrapping our butts in the most cutting-edge tech, Hoba. All right, let's get back to Marathon and its multitude of versions. Lawrence, tell them about it.
Okay, the base game will run $40, which is a nice break from what games are starting to cost these days. The deluxe edition runs $60.
Yeah, there's also a collector's edition. If you just hit a big crypto trade, which by the way nobody has because of the Orange King, that'll run you $230 with a game code or $170 without. The included code is for the deluxe edition, naturally.
Yep, the details of all of these editions are broken down on a completely illegible website, at least on mobile, which doesn't inspire a lot of confidence about this game launching smoothly.
Pre-ordering any version will net you a smattering of digital trinkets, a skin, charm, sticker, background emblem, plus a UESC-styled ghost, ship, and sparrow in Destiny 2.
I like that. I like the crossover goodies. That's always really nice.
Yeah.
The deluxe edition includes a premium rewards pass voucher, 200 silk rewards pass tokens, and some gun and character cosmetics. We don't really know what any of that stuff is yet, but I guess people want it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if they do, Lawrence. The collector's edition has real-life goodies like a 1/6 scale model of the Thief Runner shell, a Sekiguchi weave worm, an embroidered patch, a set of postcards, and unique digital rewards, which is weirdly non-specific.
I love how insane we sound listing all this stuff for a game we know very little about. And in addition to all those goodies, I guess you get a new crater in your bank account.
Yeah, that's a lot of money there for a game that I think was rumored to be free to play at one point.
Yeah, and if you're still in the mood to throw your cash around, the PlayStation blog has details on a Marathon-branded DualSense controller, and that'll set you back $85. Pre-orders for that controller open on January 29th, and it'll be sold direct through PlayStation.
So a fairly unceremonious social post also rattle off the game's voice cast, which actually a lot of people are really excited about here. The names contained are very, very powerful talent from Baldur's Gate 3, Expedition 33, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, just to list off some of those names, you got Jennifer English, Ben Starr, Roger Clark, Samantha Beert, Neil Newbon, and Darren DePaul are just a few of the golden pipes you'll enjoy while playing Marathon.
That's a lot of really high caliber talent for voice acting there for Bungie and Marathon. And while that's just about all the info that Bungie announced for Marathon, there is some more info out there that Bungie didn't intend to release.
Yeah, for starters, the release date itself. That actually leaked a little early thanks to an accidental post on the official Xbox Club page.
There's also a leaked video showing the tutorial and onboarding mission floating around out there. We're not going to show it here, but as always, we do list all the sources in the description of the video. So
right, we are conscientious and fastidious journalists, so you can check all of our work. It also seems an early playtester has leaked 55 of the unlockable skins in the game. If you're determined to see those, you can find a link in the same place. We list them all in the description.
55. Finally, Marathon's new release date is producing a slight ripple effect on Bungie's other service game, Destiny 2.
Yes, Forbes' Paul Tassi reports the Destiny 2 expansion Shadow and Order, which was originally expected on March 3rd, will be shoved out of the way to make room for Marathon.
Probably smart. The delay hasn't been officially announced yet, so we don't have a new release date to report for Shadow and Order, but Tassi sources say that it's coming, and I'm betting it won't be as successful as Renegades was in December.
Yeah, probably not, but hopefully they can ride some of that momentum. I can also understand why they wouldn't want to say that now. You don't want to mix in any negativity with what ought to be a very positive announcement. It seems like it's going really well. But yeah, Destiny players are probably not happy about playing, second fiddle to the debutante at the extraction shooter ball.
Man, Lawrence, it feels like we just ran a reporting marathon about Marathon. So, is Bungie saved?
It's fun. It's funny. In addition to all this news, it's also fun to consider the sort of meta narrative. They had all sorts of negative headlines. People really enjoyed shitting on the game. Bungie just kept their mouths shut for a couple months, let people kind of reset their perspectives. Then they came back with a Vidoc. Reception to that seemed a lot more positive. And now, I mean, the pre-orders seem really strong for a game that everyone considered dead on arrival. So to me, this is a great example about how if you have the ability to wait, you can kind of let people burn their negativity off. Because certainly on the internet, people derive a lot of satisfaction from shitting on once great companies or once great brands. Everyone loves to see a Titan fall, pun not intended there. But I think if you let people get their jollies and then they come back around, then you can hit them again with a new marketing cycle once sort of people's perceptions have reset. Try again. And it seems to be working pretty well for Marathon.
Yeah, it really does. I saw their Vidoc and their trailers, and also all the videos that they've released recently for Marathon are really on point. They look fantastic, and they make the game look way cooler than it was when I played it back in April of last year. It was almost a year ago. Oh, wow, geez. And I'm surprised actually to see that people, because I saw a bunch of tweets, I saw a bunch of people being like, "Man, I can't wait to play it." I was like, "What the fuck changed?" Like, I was so confused why people all of a sudden wanted to play Marathon. And I guess maybe Bungie was able to let it cook a little more. And now they can actually show people what they wanted the game to be. So let's hope the actual release and gameplay of the game are as on point as the messaging.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I was pretty cynical about it too. Everything about it initially just seemed like it was a mathematical combination of the best shot Bungie had to make money. You know, it's an extraction shooter, it's a games of service. They're ripping the brand off of the only other thing people associate with them that they still own or can do. Oh, they can call it Halo. So it's like, what else can we do? Well, let's dust off Marathon. It doesn't really have anything to do with Marathon. Maybe some shreds of aesthetic it has in common. So it just seemed like it was a dry erase board of the best possible things they could loot through to give this game a shot and earn money. And, you know, that's what companies ought to do. But still, it didn't seem like it was particularly inspired. And these days, I don't think anybody has a whole lot of tolerance for just another game that just runs down the checklist of how to earn the most money. Yeah, now that it's ruminated a bit, and I think the X factor, you mentioned what changed. Arc Raiders, I think, is the big thing that happened between then and now. And Arc Raiders, I think, showed everybody what a fun, approachable extraction shooter can be. So I think people have warmed up to the idea and the genre after playing Arc Raiders. We mentioned previously that Arc Raiders may be considered Marathon's biggest competition. But I think Arc Raiders probably did it a great favor by coming out and being great and warming people up to the concept and the genre.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I also don't think that Marathon's going to take players away from Arc Raiders, or not many. I think that people might want to split their time between the two. I don't think Marathon will be as successful as Arc Raiders at launch or even a few months later. Arc Raiders is sort of a phenomenon where it continues to up their concurrent players over and over and over. And I honestly, it's amazing. It's so exciting for Embark Studios and for a fantastic video game that is Arc Raiders. So I don't know if Marathon's going to do that. Bungie, I think, has to hope that Marathon launches, with a lot of stability, and it's really fun to play, and then they can just sort of build and build and build, similar to what they did with Destiny.
Yeah, I agree. I think Arc Raiders probably broke people's hunger a little bit. And if folks have played the heck out of Arc Raiders since its launch, they're waiting for new content there. Here comes Marathon. And for at least a month, for people that are heavy into Arc Raiders, they can try this out, play all the maps, hit the level cap, and then go back to Arc Raiders. And yeah, maybe there'll be a nice TikTok there where there's an update in Arc Raiders, so it's Arc Raiders month. We got an update to Marathon, so we go play that for a month. But I do think Arc Raiders really did kind of some seeds in the ground that should help this game find an audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for watching us yap about Marathon. We love doing this. Obviously, Lawrence loves doing it. He's doing it on vacation there in Hawaii. So we're glad you choose to join us Inside Games for it.
Yeah, and if you're especially pleased with our yapping, please check out our Patreon. Post all of our content there for free with a custom select meme from me every day, and that's free for you too. So if you like memes, it's a running list of excellently curated memes just for you.
You can also support us directly on the Patreon for access to ad-free episodes, other goodies like the opportunity to get us to say your name out loud. We don't just say it in our head. We actually say it out loud. So speaking of, here are a few patrons we're going to say out loud. Liger Zero Panzer, Thane Fireblood, DJ Kento, and Jacob Croyle. And Donatello for supporting the show directly on Patreon. You keep the lights on and the gaming fire burning in our hearts, even in Hawaii.
That's right. Look at my shirt. I got a little Bowser surfing shirt. Isn't that cute?
That's adorable.